The Shroud of Turin has sparked debate for centuries. Could this be the actual burial cloth of Jesus Christ? With this mysterious supernatural image that defiles replication, many have been wondering, is this the burial shroud of the Nazarene? So what is the Shroud of Turin, and where is it? The shroud depicts a male figure who was tortured, who was scorned, crowned with thorns, crucified, and pierced by a spear. The shroud is currently kept at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy. Some Christians believe this is the real burial shroud of Jesus Christ. For centuries, the shroud has intrigued the minds of the faithful and the skeptics. This ancient linen cloth bearing the image of a crucified man is believed by many to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ himself. Measuring over 14 feet long by 3.5 feet wide, this burial cloth wrapped the corpse and encoded the image of a tortured man who was scorned, crowned with thorns, crucified, and pierced by a spear. As the single most studied archaeological object in the world, the shroud's authenticity has long been debated. Now, cutting-edge scientific methods are shedding new light on this mysterious relic, suggesting it is indeed from 2,000 years ago. In 1978, 33 scientists from the Shroud of Turin research project conducted an intense analysis of the shroud over 5 consecutive days. 120 hours working in shifts around the clock. After 3 years of careful study, the team reached a unanimous conclusion stating, "We can conclude for now that the image of the shroud is that of a real human. A scourged, crucified man is not the work of an artist." However, in 1988, the shroud underwent carbon dating. The results dated the cloth to be between 1260 and 1390, suggesting that it was a medieval artifact rather than the actual burial cloth of Christ. But the material tested was cotton and had been colored with agents to match the rest of the cloth. Most likely the reason for this was due to the edges of the shroud needing repair over the years. Dating technology has come a long way in the last 40 years. A cutting-edge technique called the wide-angle X-ray has been applied to the ancient shroud, allowing scientists to examine the fabric at a microscopic level and assesses its breakdown over time. Using a tiny fragment from the shroud, the team confidently dated the linen to approximately 2,000 years old, suggesting it originated in the time of Jesus. Since the X-ray scattering method is non-destructive, the same sample can be tested by labs worldwide, helping to further validate the results. In fact, the studies continued other dating methods also supporting the shroud's assessment to the 1st century AD. They noted that other ancient fabrics found in the tomb, which were shielded from the environmental contamination, have shown that both X-ray and carbon-14 dating techniques align well, reinforcing the findings. Now, some of the pollen grains found within the shroud indicate that it had been present in the Jerusalem area. Many of these plants only grow in Jerusalem. One of the most interesting aspects of the shroud is trying to replicate it. All modern attempts to recreate the shroud have fallen short. The blood, pollen, fabric, weave, and image, as well as other factors, are too unique to duplicate. With no evidence of paint or pigmentation, like in photography, a negative of the film being exposed. But with that technology not being available 2,000 years ago, with the only explanation being the moment Jesus was resurrected from death, only a massive amount of light and energy could imprint this on the cloth. But in 2011, researchers from the European Nuclear Energy Agency successfully replicated a scorch mark with the same shadow depth and colorization as the shroud's image, using a 40 nanosecond burst from an ultraviolet excimer laser. This is the first time any aspect of the shroud's image has been reproduced using light. Now in Matthew 27 verse 59 to 60, and Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen shroud and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had cut in the rock. And he rolled a great stone to the entrance of the tomb and went away. Now today you can go see the Shroud of Turin in Italy. Now one of the most interesting aspects of the shroud is the closer you walk to it, it starts to fade. And you can only make out the image from a certain distance, from your eyes and even cameras, which is one of the bizarre reasons why people could not replicate that effect. I find that super fascinating. So could this be the burial cloth of our Lord Jesus Christ? It totally could be, but even if it came out to be a forgery years later, I believed in Jesus even without the Shroud of Turin. It just further confirms what we already know, which takes faith by grace from our Lord. I love biblical archaeology, so if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you in the next one.